Okay, what I have here inside the house, it's a 150 amp main breaker. Solar system comes from there and connects into a 30 amp breaker. Now I can see all the neutrals are being on one side and all the grounds being on another side, which is great. They're both separated. There's not a bond in between neutral and ground. What do they have here? Well, they have a 60 amp breaker up on top. And then they got a 15 amps single that's not being used. Then we have a 20 amp 2-pole. Then we have a 30 amp not being used. Then another 30 amp not being used. Well, that's a 2-pole 30 amp not being used. We got a 15 amp single pole, 15 amp single pole, 15 amp single pole, 15 amp single pole. We got another 15 amp single pole, and then we got a 50 amp 2-pole. On the top side, on the right hand side, we got a 50 amp. We got a 50 amp 2-pole. Then we got a 20 amp single. Then I got a 30 amp 2-pole, 20 amp single, 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 and 15 amp single. Now one of these 20 amp singles is not being used either. I cannot get much information from the panel except that everything is in here. That's a 150 amp load sensor, GE.